Hello. Hold on, I'm still kind of getting set up here. Hello. How is my volume right now? Is the music too high? Or is it okay? I also want to change the music because it's... could be better. All right. Okay. We're at a good place then. All right. Now I have to figure out what I'm working on. So 1 second. I think I could have planned this a little bit better. Where's the place they wrote all this stuff? Okay, I found it. Okay, so. How are you guys? I'm like just getting my day started at, 5 in the evening. I guess I really need to sleep or something. Oops. Good, that's good. So I'm working on some emojis for my friend who's been Twitch streaming during the lockdown, and she's been doing really great. And so she's like, it's finally time to start upgrading and get some emojis. So I'm doing like some one that's her with a turtle on her head, kind of like a a mild Ahego face one, and then like a crying or an angry one, or some kind of mix of the two. So I'm gonna start working on that, and then if I finish them and I still have some time left, I'll start sketching out my next set of commissions. But I don't know how much time I'm gonna have left. Destroy some Papa John's because you hate your body. No, it's because you love yourself. I almost threw a pizza in the oven. A delicious frozen pizza. Now that's hating your body. What kind of pizza is it? Hello, Riku. Hello, Snowy. I'm so like kind of waking up, so I'm gonna get like, I'm drinking tea right now, but I am feeling very chatty. So if you guys want to like ask me stuff or you have questions about whatever, totally don't be shy. Oh, glasses. I think she has glasses. Oops. Is head turtle indeed, yes. Let's see how well it fits in a square. That's looking pretty good. Do you like to do big artist collabs or like how to start one? I have never done one. I'm kind of like currently and doing a very bad job of it, doing kind of a collab with one other artist. We're both going to be like doing like an art trade thing, but I haven't done an art trade in forever, and every experience before this one has been terrible. So hopefully this one is going to be, I mean, this one is definitely going to be awesome, but I'd love to, or love to know like how to get into them, or you know what it takes. But I'm also the kind of person that already takes on too many projects as it is, so you know how it goes. Do you mean like zines and stuff? Hi, Conman Lol, and Kawaii, and Matt. Hi. The plans today are emojis for a Twitch streamer that is a friend of mine. And I think I might only have time to do these because they might take me just a few hours to do. Have I gone to art school? If so, any portfolio recommendations? I'm heading into the good old college soon and would love some advice. Okay, awesome. I did go to just community college and take art classes there. So I haven't been to like an art school, but I went to a nice community college for it. I did take a portfolio class there. Honestly, I think it depends on the realm of like work you want to get into, but having like a nice variety in your color work and your backgrounds, character design, like objects, like anything. If you just have like a bunch of fun concepts you want to throw out, they don't even have to be very well detailed. It's just about how quickly and like how well designed things are, simply put. Like the more fluid or like generalized your work is, it doesn't have to be super hyper detailed and like, you know, you spent hours on. It just has to look like a good set, a complete work of stuff that you just threw out. I definitely got that advice a lot in college. So my sketch drawings for like portraitures or full body designs, when they were just like simple gesture drawings, were the ones that got the best credit, or were looked at by people who came in from other colleges to like, you know, give us some advice. What am I working on right now? I'm working on emojis for a Twitch streamer. What settings do I use for the brushes? Are they different from the default? The pencil one's the same as default. This brush is pretty much the same. I think this marker is modified. So if you want to get a good look at that, I think the only things that change are, I definitely reduced the minimum size to 0 on everything because I like the feeling of, you know, variation in my strokes and the size. The blending, I have the minimum density like at around like 10%. I think I found this setting somewhere and I tried it a really long time ago and I just liked it. Otherwise, this chalk one is also one I think I made as well, or maybe there's a basic one for it now. But it's just a nice other bristly one that, how can I describe this? So when I just paint like on nothingness and blend in with like other, oh, maybe a different color, with other colors, it kind of like layers more softly, but it actually like works right. And the marker, though it looks similar, because it's also kind of a bristly one, it's more washed out. See, it doesn't like blend out like this one kind of does. I don't know. I feel it more between those two, that difference. Otherwise, everything else is basically the general brush. Nothing too changed. If I were to change things about certain ones, it's usually just the density and the blending. Just so I can, you know, I'm still waking up, modify how those two specific settings work. No, like the art collabs, like everyone designs an angel or demon, draws each other's OCs. Huh, I have not done something like that. If I did, it was a really, really long time ago. I just don't remember. You know, I would like to do something like that. But like I said, I'm really bad at managing my time. So if it's something like when I have the time to do it, and I'm like, you know what? Heck yeah, I'd love to do something like that for like videos or whatever. That sounds like fun. Artists that inspire me. Gustav Klimt is huge always for like, you know, a big artist. Otherwise, I'm a big pinup person, so I like Gil Gren for classic, you know, great pinup portraitures. And what's his name? Oh my gosh, he's the Czech artist that does all those famous like old cigarette ads. Oh my gosh, what's his name? Hold on, I looked it up. I remember things. It's been a while. He did a lot of 1920s famous, gosh, what's his name? Like, everybody knows his stuff. And I'm brain farting so bad on his name. Art Nouveau artist. Help me out. Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What is it? If it would help if I spelled Nouveau correctly. Oh, Alphonse Mucha. Ha! I remembered. I mean, Google helped me remember. Those are the big ones. Otherwise, for like modern online artists, Loish is huge. There's this one, oh my gosh, I'm so bad with names right now. My brain is on work. See, this would be easier if I was just on DeviantArt and I could just pull up all the names of people I love on there. Let's see. I think their name is pronounced Guweiz. Guweiz. Does beautiful color, like heavy, dark, and cool tones with like hot spots of light in them. They're just gorgeous. And then my other favorite one is, where is he? Where is he? There he is. Apterus, Apterus, and he's also on YouTube and does like speed paints as well, and they're just amazing. Like, no one does friggin' like anatomy that's like almost kind of grotesque in a way, like the way he does like skin textures and like all the little knuckles and veins and bones and everything. It just looks so good. That's such good advice. Thank you. I'm heading into illustration and character design. Oh, awesome. Yay. Hopefully, but I'm dabbling in graphic design. Awesome. I love that. I wish so bad at my college that they had the class for like backgrounds. Like they taught you how to do like background work, and that class got like removed from the curriculum like maybe a year before I was going to take it. and I was so mad. So now it's back to online learning, which I'm good at. If I actually like put my mind to it and stick with it, uh, the discipline's there. It's the time. I could just be working instead on stuff I know how to do. How long did it take you to be good at art? Not saying your art before wasn't good. Oh, it wasn't. But I hope you understand. So let me think. I was definitely one of those people that thought I was really good when I was like 18, and I was not. I was like, I was okay. I drew a lot of like Kingdom Hearts, Naruto, Fullmetal Alchemist, like fan art, that kind of stuff. And then I got really into Rock Band and drew OCs for Rock Band. But when I went to college, that's when I realized I wasn't good, and I had a long ways to go. I did get to skip the beginner classes though and go into like the slightly more advanced stuff, like at least you kind of know what you're doing classes, which was good. But it was definitely like a big kick in my butt on knowing, oh wow, I don't know anything. But I stuck with it, and I'm gonna say it took maybe 6 years until I got to a point where I was comfortable. So the years after that 6 years, I could look back and be like, all right, like in the last few years. So let me rephrase this. So after 6 years, the years after that, I could look back on those 3-4 years or whatever and be like, oh, I still like what I made. Like, I still think this was good. Like, I could still sell this. I could still work with this. Like, I'm still inspired by this. But it took about that long. And now it's like, for sure, I can look back maybe 5 or 6 years from at this point, and I still really like that stuff. You're doing good. Remember about the Lami in her white dress and what's her name? That's so funny. I do remember that class. And oh my gosh, I definitely tried too hard in that class. Like, looking back, if I could do that character design class, I think it gets more context for people in here. So I took a character design course in college, and if you are ever going to do that, I highly recommend you do not do a really complicated design, because you are going to be drawing this character, if you've never done this kind of thing before, many times from many different angles with different like gestures and facial expressions and poses. So honestly, a cartoony, like very simple character design is the way to go. Like the more simple the better, but as complex as you can go while still being like comfortable and confident and getting a lot of work done, because that is genuinely the best way to learn how to do character design. I did like a full all out portrait of like a 1920s woman with the cute little short hair, but she was a lamia, which is like the half snake on the bottom. And oh man, like at least she didn't have legs, which made drawing her many times a lot easier, But no, don't do what I did. You definitely want something a lot more simple. I think the artists are conditioned to be hypercritical of their own work. It may be amazing. I definitely, for sure, and I think it's not even just like, I think it's just human nature to feel that way. Like, we're always comparing ourselves to one another, and I think we're all like inherently a little competitive. But I don't know. What's nice about like doing art and stuff is that, like, I'm definitely a competitive person in a lot of things, but when it comes to like art stuff, I don't know. It's very like, we all have our totally different influences and like goals and everything, and so it just feels so much more like a support system, less than like a competitive arena. And I don't know, like, enjoy your journey, man. Hi, Nestor. Are you happy with the end results of your artwork? I'm sure this is a broad question with many answers. Okay, so I do mostly commission work. I barely have time to do like stuff that I like to do. And so half the time when I'm doing stuff that I want to do, I don't take it fully to the end. It's usually like, a lot more simple or sketchy or something. And so for the most part, that doesn't necessarily make me unhappy with how it turns out. I just kind of look at it as I'll get to this some other time and make it like really cool if I want to. if I'm like making fan art or art that I'm selling at a convention, I will put in way more effort, and I usually am pretty happy with the results on those. Commissions, it's hit or miss. I love doing commissions. I love working with people and like making their dreams come true, whatever. But sometimes there's ones where it's like, you know, maybe the pose the person wanted isn't something I'm like really happy with. It maybe feels a little dull. So I'll do my best to like make it look really good so that they'll love it. But in my heart, I'm always like, I would have gone with something slightly different on this one. I don't know. But you know, it's got to that point where I'm so used to that now after years of doing it that I've just accepted it. And so I'm not so unhappy with it anymore. I'm just like, I find ways to just be satisfied, I guess. I definitely do have my days too where I just can't draw. You know, it's like whatever I'm putting out just looks weird. Like, I recently did a recording of me drawing Twilight Sparkle as a pony, and then also like an equestrian girl, like in my way of drawing her. Because I'm thinking about doing a video where I draw all of them, or maybe just one at a time. I don't know. And oh my goodness, that pony drawing is, I'm just, I'm not very happy with it. So I might redo it. But her, like the equestrian girl one's really cute. So I'm happy with that one. I don't see it as bad as good. I just see it as inexperience or experience. For sure. It's definitely like some of us and others or whatever have just more experience than others. Definitely not a bad or good thing at all. It's always a long journey. It is a turtle on her head, yes. An art channel I recommend, like on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I am not the right person to ask that. I really just watch currently like friends that I know that also do art stuff, and they are awesome, so I can grab some of them. But I mostly just watch a lot of speed paint channels, so I don't know if that's necessarily going to be like always super helpful. At that point, just like whatever styles you like and how you personally absorb information from watching them, I guess. But Gamma Trap is my friend who does a beautiful, like kind of like dark, more sketchy. I don't want to say sketchy. Like scratchy. I don't know the word for it. Stuff that just looks more like textured, I guess, is the best way to put it. And he has such a cool style. It's super different from my own. So, and he does awesome like tutorial and like talks about art and like how people approach things and like psychologically behind it. It's really, really good. Like he puts a lot of thought into his stuff. I can only dream of achieving that level of comprehension the way I talk about art. I'm not sure if I should give her like a little smile, but I kind of like without it. Drawfee's good too. I have seen Lavender Town. I do think her stuff's really adorable. These are all good recommendations. I don't know ABD. That sounds familiar though. I don't know Yuki Bun, but Drawfee I've watched forever, and my bad. I didn't think of them as a drawing channel when I was thinking through places or channels. I mean, their content's just super fun. Like, so good. They do a lot of like recreating things in their style for like games and stuff. It's like drawing games. I mean, super fun. Hello, Colleen. How are you? I think I should like, oops, lower her so there's like barely any face room and just the turtle on her head. Bye now, Layla. Thanks for stopping by. Oh my gosh, 2 in the morning, Nestor. Go to sleep. Ryan. Thank you so much. I'll try and stream more. I got myself to do it today, so I'll keep doing it. At more reasonable hours, too. ABD Illustrator, I think it is. He's so good. He draws a lot of D&D characters. Ooh, and shading techniques are impeccable. He said cell shading, but took it to the next level. That sounds awesome. I will definitely check him out. The stream, yes, will be available after I'm live. It'll be on here. Don't worry. Oops. I may or may not turn these into a speed paint, though. I don't know. I have to be careful about which ones I go with, because I just do like emojis. I don't know if that's so fun to watch. Yeah, I brought up Apteris earlier. I absolutely love his work so much. Huge favorite of mine. I would buy prints of his to put all over my house. Hello, random girl. I hope you're doing okay there as well. I am doing pretty good. I got a late start to my day, but it's okay. Colleen, you doing okay, or is this I am BD reading out loud? Thank you, Labradoodle. Hopefully it'll look just as good when I'm like kind of cell shading it. Another question, do you struggle with being original? Because me being an artist myself, I get scared of being inspired too much to the point I feel I'm copying and my work is just unoriginal. Totally don't worry about that. Everyone is inspired by everyone and everything else. There is no such thing as like 100% pure originality unless, you know, you're living in the middle of nowhere drawing on cave walls. But even then, you're drawing animals that you see or plants or something you see out in nature. So there's not, don't worry about that at all. If you get inspired by something, you are inspired by something, that's awesome. That's totally human, totally normal. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you like ended up making something that was heavily inspired by something else, totally give it a shout out when you like, you know, publish it or something. Because it's not only the right thing to do if you were heavily inspired by something, but it's, you know, inspiring other people to check out something that inspired you. And if they also make something that inspired them from that, it could look totally different than what you made as well, you know? Chicky nuggies, you didn't miss anything. I'm like carefully lining this while also using you know, the other half of my brain to answer questions, which is good. This is good practice. So what do I like drawing? Oh my gosh. What do I like drawing? That is a good question. When you draw a lot of commissions and you're drawing for everybody else, you kind of forget what you like. I really like incredibly colorful color palettes. If that's not a vague enough answer for you. I like drawing girls a lot. I think girls are just really like cute, and there's a lot more like, I guess, variety. This is unfair to say. There's definitely variety in the way men look as well, but I like the variety and styles that girls just naturally already have, and I, you know, hope that men get way more varieties, or that becomes a normal thing for them, a variety than clothing and stuff. When it comes to like characters and stuff, if I'm drawing gaming characters, I really love when I drew a lot of Sea of Thieves characters, because they have super varied facial features and body features and stuff. Anything that's like very expressive or I don't know, against the norm of what I usually draw. And that's also unfair to say because I draw a lot of girls in general. I'm bad at this question. Different question. Do you have any types of drawing hair? I can get my lines to look organic and not super pointy. So the best way to draw hair, and I'm gonna do a video on this. I did a mermaid recently, and it's hard because like I have to like edit the video because she's naked in it. So I'd like be careful the way I edit it. But if you were to look at hair like with a really big brush, and just like fill in like a general shape of hair, and then go over it with your brush to like give it lines and flow, you're gonna feel like you're less relying on the way you think about hair looking, and you're just kind of working off of a shape that you made, and hair is really just one big shape anyway. It's just a mass, like a big cloud. So if you worry less about how the ends are gonna look like that, and you just give it a blunt shape end like this, you can create your chunks instead of strands, and it'll look okay. See? Looks like a weird cloud. Doesn't really look like hair. Well, you get the idea. You're welcome. What was my first commission like? Oh my gosh. Let me think back all those years. There was a young man I did commissions for. He wasn't, I don't think he was my first commissions, but he was like the most memorable at that time. And he had a story he was writing that was like set in a Pokemon universe. And so he had a bunch of OCs that they all had like one Pokemon with them. So their kind of style and their looks sort of fit with the Pokemon that was theirs. And so he would pay for these by mailing me checks, because this was before PayPal or anything like that. And so he would physically mail me checks to my PO box to pay for these commissions. It was Like looking back, that's just so cute to me. Like it's so funny that that's how we had to do that. And he was awesome. Like uh, they all turned out really cute. They're all on my DeviantArt. They're like super super old now. Um, I think he ended up like getting married and no longer write storage or anything like that anymore. But they're super memorable and just like super fun to look back on. I even like did some like gift art for him at the time of my favorite one, which was a girl who had a gosh, was it Mischievous? I don't remember what the Pokemon was with her. It might have been. But she had like really, really long, like wavy, kind of messy, like light blonde hair and a white, like kind of like almost like a night dress for like her clothing. And her hair was like in her face a lot, and she had kind of like a shy look. And she was just so cute. I love drawing her. I think her name was like Vanessa. Do I like Dungeons and Dragons or other tabletop role-playing games? I love them. I like the idea of them. I have played it in like one or two, but I just don't have the time to like invest in doing a character and playing with people every so often. Like I did it for a little bit, and it just sometimes I just get to the point where I was almost not looking forward to that weekend because I'm like, oh no, I have so much work to do. But I do love it. Like I love hearing other people's stories and characters and like things that happen. If I were to do like one shots, totally. I could totally do one shots. That sounds way more up my alley for like the time I have invested in stuff. Do I prefer digital art and pencil style art or pencil style art? For me personally, digital. I do like working with pencils and pens. It's been so long that if I were to do it right now, I would be terrible at it, and I'd be like, I'm not really an artist, guys. I lied. But I love following people who work with traditional mediums. Watercolor is one of my favorites. So the people who do like TikTok videos or any kind of videos where they do like, they carefully line out something in pencil, go over the whole thing in ink, and just like this very beautiful, simple, like full illustration, and then they watercolor or gouache in everything, and it's got like really dramatic lighting and stuff. Gorgeous. Love it. Love it so much. My favorites. Thank you, Rocky. Oh, sorry, I should ask you, like attempted paper and pencil drawing. Yes, I have done that. And I have some ink drawings on my Instagram. They're kind of far back though. I have some posted here and there. I just never do it, and I should, but I do like doing it. Ink is my favorite though. I absolutely love working with ink pens. Oh, and if I work at like conventions, I usually do ink drawings at those for commissions. And even though it's been like forever since I've done them, maybe just the aspect that it's like work, but they always end up turning out pretty good. Don't mean to brag, not that they're okay, but I do like doing this a lot. Now let's try coloring this, adding some color to it. I mean, with one line at the bottom. Good. All right. Oops. What? Oh. Something was still selected. What dimensions am I using, and how do you know how big they should be? So if I were to like crop down this emoji to the size that it roughly is, I have this one at like around 1200 by 1200 pixels, which is fine because it's gonna get reduced anyway for Twitch. So the resolution for this one is fine. I might work like at most for an emoji 1500 just so it looks good. Like this is at the full percentage. So the clarity is still gonna be pretty good when it gets shrunk down. For like a full portrait illustration for somebody, I'll like do it to the extent of if they were to get it printed, it would fit like on an 11 by 17 print or roughly that, maybe a little bit larger. Excuse me. But that's just if in case they want to get a print, I want to think about that. Otherwise, if I work too big, I think the way I paint looks kind of messy if it's way too big. So I don't tend to work larger than that. Thank you, Contemporary. Sometimes something I struggle with when I'm drawing anime is probably the eyes. Do you have any advice on how to draw anime eyes? The best advice I can give you that I always think about after I get asked this question, and I'm like, I should have said this, is when you're drawing like the pupils, like the iris, and the part that's in focus, wherever it's looking, like think about it focusing on something. And it's one of those things where I'm not so sure if all people are able to like grasp this concept like the way I picture it in my head, but it's like I have her looking at the turtle, but I have her like both of her eyes fixated on like in a way that feels kind of natural and normal, and I'm not having her like too cross-eyed or like I don't know, like when I'm trying to think of a better example than her looking at the turtle. Like when they're looking at you, like let's say if you're painting a portrait and so you have someone looking at the person who's painting them, like actually think about the person you're painting focusing in on the person who's making the picture. So have the character you're drawing looking at you, the artist, like looking into your soul as you're drawing them, and think about how eyes focus in that way. And I guess the best way to like learn that is by looking at photographs where they're looking into the camera and like see how offset the iris is with how much white is on either side of it from the eye. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It works for just like cartoons and everything. Just like focus on eyes, because it helps a character look less like a doll and like less like they're blank staring into nothing. Okay, good. I might have some more tidbits, but let me think about it too. Could referencing someone's art and anime something else help my art, or should I just stick with realism? Oh, absolutely. Use anything you want to reference from. Like, I think realism as your base is the best way to go. Like, understanding how bodies work, drawing skeletons, like understanding proportions, like all that kind of stuff is super important for grasping. But art, especially if you're doing character design, you're not drawing like realism, you're drawing the idea of it, or like something that represents it. And so getting inspired or understanding how other artists do it is really, really important. Because you're drawing something like that represents realism but isn't real. Does that make sense? I'm gonna ask that a lot. Well, thank you. I'm only just recently getting comfortable with my voice by recording my voice for videos. It is very awkward. Have I heard of Revenant? No, I have not. Revenite? I have not heard that. And for commissions, I am currently not taking any. I am a little overbooked right now, and I'm trying really hard to finish up what I currently have before December so I can open up in December, but I don't know exactly when I will. I'm very guilty of having friends ask me if I can do things for them for something. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. And then that, I do that like 7 times in a row, and then I'm in trouble. I'm in Revenite. It's a game that I'd really appreciate if you check out. If you don't have to shout out, I'd rather shout out anything, I would just like to expose it to you. Absolutely, I will check it out. Let me type that over in my notes. And I will actually also look it up right now because I want to see what it looks like. Is it easy to Google? It is. Ha. I found a Reddit post on it. I love this art style. I am playing Project Winter right now a lot, and it kind of like gives me that vibe a bit. Like I love that kind of like simplistic, more geometric look to it. I will definitely check this out. I need more games in my inventory anyway. Oh, I do. I actually bought my domain for momodiri.com. And I do need to update the pricing a bit. But it's not too different. The ones I'm updating the most are like my full body illustrations because I do have to raise the price on those. But most of the more like simple stuff will only go up a little bit. But like emojis and stuff are always going to be like around the same price or something. The more simple stuff. Oops, forgot to... What? What? Oops, wrong layer. When do I ever do that? This is the layer that needs to be shaded. There we go. Thank you for answering my question as well. I forgot to add this. This will help me actually finish my art instead of leaving it coloring shading. Yeah, I feel that. Like I said, whenever it's my own personal stuff, it never gets past like kind of a messy sketch with some color thrown on it. I will absolutely send them your way if I have any. Thank you so much. Why can I not? Oh, oops. Hee hee. This is why I work on one layer. Because I don't have this problem. No one's asked me that. It is definitely Cyberpunk 2077. And I'm more than happy to wait even longer if they want to keep putting it back to fix whatever they want to fix. Otherwise, I am very much in love with the update for Destiny 2 right now. So I'm all good on my games. What game are you waiting for? I'm also a PC gamer, not a console gamer. So, you know, all the games that just came out on the new consoles, I'm like clueless about. Well, of course, Josh, gosh. Also, Cyberpunk, which, this might be spoilery. I've avoided as many things as I can about it. The only thing I looked into were what the different paths were that you can pick at the beginning and just kind of the vibe they each have. There's like a very simple video that goes over each of them. But I'm picking the, what's it called? The Nomad one for my first go through. Do you know what you're gonna do yet, or are you avoiding all the information? Paralyzed, an indie life simulator. That sounds interesting. I'm so glad that indie games continue to grow and thrive and do so well, and I'm just loving it. Yeah, same. I've literally only watched that video, and then I think just a general idea on how the character designer works. And that's it. Otherwise, I know nothing. You are not being annoying at all. Ask me away. It's helping my brain turn on. I was very like, can I get anything done today? Today when I finally woke up. So you're helping me out. Ah, the other two. See, the Nomad one is so up my alley because I'm a big like Mad Max, Fallout, that kind of, like, I love that kind of stuff. Oh, thank you, Josh. You know, slowly but surely. I'm in no rush, especially when the amount of work that goes into like doing this kind of a thing is a lot, and I'm getting used to it. So the slow growth is way easier on me mentally. It's actually been really cool to like learn how to video edit and stuff this year. Um, you know, the benefits of being locked indoors, being forced to learn things online. All these brushes are the basic ones that come with Sai, and then I think the chalk one I made, I don't remember now at this point. Maybe, and I modified the marker one. But this is just like, if I were to right click on these squares, I can add all sorts of different brushes to this. But I use pretty much the simple ones that come with this. I did a video on, I guess kind of the basic rundown on how Sai works compared to Photoshop. And it does a much better job, you know, when my brain was working completely, of talking about my brushes. English? I'm American. No, I'm just kidding. I know what you mean. You mean native English speaking, or speaks English in general, and that's always really funny because like some of my favorite artists are Russian and Chinese, and I always want to ask them so many questions. So I understand. If only I spoke every language. I work retail way too long to not be on. Yes, you're like, this is finally the fantasy come to life. I'm the top of the chain now. That's so funny. I love your Ghost Squad. Thank you. That's my favorite animated Scooby-Doo movies. It totally was for me too. How many of the other movies have I seen? I grew up watching, oh my gosh, let me think. I'm old now. I watched Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, Scooby-Doo, I don't remember the name of it. Oh my goodness. It's the one with the aliens and the Roswell and you know, that one with the girlfriends. I've never seen a live action one, which is sad. The other animated ones, what other animated ones have I seen? If I have seen other ones, I just don't remember. It's been a very, very long time. But the Ghoul School one, it's just one of those things where like movies and art at that time, up until like the late 90s, early 2000s, I feel like monsters were just so in. Like, I rewatched the Disney movie Halloween Town for Halloween this year, and it's just so cute. Like, it's not a very good movie. Like, rewatching it now as an adult, it's corny and not completely in the best of ways of putting it, but it's cute. But just having a town with like really hideous monster people, like their masks are like really good and like kind of gross. Like, no one's cutesy. They're all like grotesque, and that's what makes them cute. I don't know. Like, I can't think of a movie nowadays for kids that does that. Like, they did a really good job on that, and that's what makes it really cute. 6.9K. I don't mind. I literally have had this channel for a while, but only this year have I started actually being good about posting videos and editing and, you know, actually trying to be good with my content. So, you know, it's 6.9K from, I think, 1,000 at the beginning of the summer. So, hey, you know, that's pretty good. I'm happy with it so far. I'm not going to rush anything. What was really funny about that Scooby-Doo video is that someone left a comment about, at the end of the movie, there's a couple of other girls that join the academy or the finishing school, whatever it's called. And I totally forgot about that scene. And so I rewatched it after they mentioned it. And I was like, they're so cute. It's like a Godzilla girl and like an alien girl and something. I'm like, I really want to draw them too. The Godzilla one is so adorable. I love it so much. And it also makes me sad that I didn't watch, what's it called? Monster High? Like that kind of stuff. I didn't, that was after my time. So like the designs in that are super, super cute. A little more like the, you know, like teenage flirty looks, but they're super adorable to me. I just love that. Anything that promotes monster loving, any kind of monster material with kids, I'm all about. You never watched Powerpuff Girls? Psh, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. That's actually kind of like interesting though, that you like never watched that. But I didn't watch Avatar: Last Airbender until I was in my early 20s, mid 20s or so. I'm almost 30 now, so if that says anything, I would have given anything to go back in time and watch Avatar: Last Airbender when it first came out. I would have been maybe like 17 or so when it first came out, and I would have loved it when I was younger. I loved it now, but it's one of those things where like it's such a good influence on kids, especially on everybody. Thank you so much, guys, for the congrats and everything. The last interesting thing about the Scooby-Doo thing is how many people I found out just love Scooby-Doo, like how big Scooby-Doo is. I had a podcast that does Scooby-Doo stuff reach out to me to ask to like, I guess, feature the art on like a little thing they were doing, which was really sweet of them. But it was just like, oh my gosh, like that's just so cool, like how poppin' it is a great show. Like it's just so cute. The character designs are wonderful. Like it's funny, but like I guess I'm so, you know, out of the loop. I didn't realize how still huge it is, if not more so than it has ever been. Oh, I love it. It's cute. It's not 100% like something I'm like all about, but it's a huge brand for sure. My favorite character from Avatar: Last Airbender. So I'm one of those people that likes the underdogs. Like, I mean, like a lot of people do. I loved Sokka. Like, I loved his character. I loved the growth he had as a character so much. I think Suki's wonderful too. Definitely those two. I'll just call them the human characters, the ones that have no bending powers. Here's a cool secret that I do on all my things. I don't know if anyone ever saw, because I always forget to mention it. My layer that I have for my line art, I tend to make it like a colored layer, like this, like it's kind of a middle rosy browny color, and then I put it on shade so that it kind of adds some warmth to the colors it's blending on top of as it darkens them. Yeah, that's a thing. Free facts. You never watched, one of my friends has never watched SpongeBob. I am also one of those people in your life that you now know that has never watched SpongeBob. I can't tell you if I've seen a single episode of it. I sometimes like see clips from it that people post for memes, and they can be funny, but I just was not a Nickelodeon person. Like that's why I missed out on Avatar: Last Airbender as well. I watched Cartoon Network. I watched Courage the Cowardly Dog. I watched Flapjack and Billy and Mandy and all that stuff on there, but I did not, and I watched Disney Channel, but I did not watch Nickelodeon growing up at all. So I'm completely out of the loop on all those references. Do you play Animal Crossing? I do. I actually have some Animal Crossing art videos on here too. And there's one where I talk about all the things I wish they would add to the New Horizons. I have not played New Horizons since, I'm gonna say July though. Like, I have plenty of reasons why. It is one of those things where I have played all of the games except for City Folk, and I miss so many of the styles they took out of this game. And I feel like the only styles worth collecting or getting are like the Ironwood and like maybe like one or two other series, or they don't even really have series anymore. But I don't know. I just got like really disappointed because I wanted to make like a dinosaur themed island, and there's like one dinosaur thing, and then I also have like the Easter eggs that glow, and that's it. And I was like, I'm done. I'm not gonna do this anymore until they update the game. But now they have sitting and like other emotes they're gonna add soon. So yay, I might pick it up again. I'm also just so like not patient enough to do the kind of work people do on their islands. Do I watch anime? I grew up watching so much anime. I watched Sailor Moon and Pokemon when I was younger, and Rurouni Kenshin when I was probably too young to be watching it. And Fullmetal Alchemist was kind of like my first, like, I guess modern-ish one. Naruto, everything. Right now I'm rewatching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure with my friends that have never seen it before. I've watched it like, gosh, maybe 10 times. So yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho I did not watch, but I should, because I love the character design, and what I've heard about it is totally up my alley. But I'm one of those kids that was like, I'm not gonna watch like these boy shows, and then I watched, you know, Rurouni Kenshin and didn't go back to then watch Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm scrolling up to read art stuff. Can you explain how painting works digitally? Because I think it's where a person colors over a sketch and does everything on one layer. I do that at least. I do my sketch, I do my cleaner line art on top of that, or relatively clean line art on top of that. On a new layer, I throw some color on a layer behind that until I'm like kind of happy with how it's going to look. Like I can, you know, get an idea at that point. And then I personally merge all those layers together, like I did not that long ago, and clean up the whole thing as one layer. But I'm pretty like confident in the way I work, where I don't care if I like have to redraw on top of what I've already done. Like that doesn't bother me. So a lot of other people will keep the layers separate and just juggle between them and fix what needs to be fixed on each specific layer that needs to be worked on. That's what a normal sane person would do. But I get lazy and I don't want to do that. I want to work on one layer. Billy and Mandy was the shit. I agree. Choosing Azula over Katara is the reason so many people are in toxic relationships. You know, maybe. Sokka, I hate him for the first episode, but then he got better and started working out. Yes, he's such a good character. They did a really good job on him. Update coming out tomorrow. Is that for Animal Crossing? I don't know. If they're doing like little updates, I'm totally clueless on that. I only keep up with the big ones. Have I watched Space Dandy? I watched, and Space Dandy, if you know me personally, his style, I love the rockabilly kind of like you know, space what's the word, like delinquent, or it's not space, like the delinquent types in anime. I love that look so much. I love outer space. I love the vibes, everything about it. It was a little bit too like artsy for me, I guess that's the way of putting it. Like I was hoping for more of a story, so I only got a little bit into it and I just kind of got a little lost. Like Cowboy Bebop for me, I actually prefer Cowboy Bebop's artsy take on the episodes being like all their own thing, and I actually didn't really care for the overall story of Cowboy Bebop so much. But so yeah, I didn't finish Space Dandy, but I might go back and finish it if I feel like it. But I also haven't heard enough people talk about it since I stopped watching it for me to be convinced that it's worth going back to watch. So I don't know. Shaolin Showdown came out, I think, at a time when I kind of stopped watching a lot of shows on there. I don't remember. Not that I don't watch cartoons anymore, but you know, you just go to different shows and whatever, and time slots for things. But I do remember it. It could have also just not been my thing. Maybe it replaced a show I really liked, and so I got angry and didn't watch it. Like I like Jackie Chan Adventures, so maybe it replaced like the time slot for that at the time when that ended. I don't remember. Space Dandy is an anime, yes, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It kind of gives you Cowboy Bebop vibes a bit. It's like it makes me think of the video game Catherine mixed with Cowboy Bebop. That's what it makes me think of, I guess. Probably a terrible comparison, but I don't know why I think of Catherine when I think of it. Oh, Uncle Iroh! How could I forget? Oh my gosh, you said that name and I'm like, I'm terrible for not mentioning him as one of my favorites. But, you know, he's everyone's favorite, so... a given. You know, I think they might have, which is why I'm remembering it like that. They played back to back, Jackie Chan Adventures and Shaolin Showdown. my favorite Disney shows were like the Aladdin TV series and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Tailspin, DuckTales, you know, like those. That's just me carbon dating myself for you guys. I suppose they wanted to keep it lighthearted or more about the misadventures. I totally think that's what they were going for, yeah. Which is totally fine. Like, I love slice of lifey anime. I was just expecting something different, and I think that's why I kind of got turned away from it. I'll probably go back and watch it again, though. But I almost kind of remember that an episode I stopped watching I just didn't like. And so I was thinking, oh no, the show's going downhill. So I just stopped watching after that episode. Thank you for coming by, Death. Go enjoy your anime. Hi, GabCat. Lilo and Stitch. Absolutely. That was trending on Twitter the other day because some page decided to be like, you have to destroy the soundtrack of one of these movies. And they picked like 4 Disney movies that all have great soundtracks. And Lilo and Stitch was one of them. And it ended up absolutely getting destroyed by Hercules, Aladdin, and something else. I think Mulan. And it's like, well, no wonder everyone was mad, but still. You really expect people to pick between those 4? They're probably like, Hawaiian roller coaster rides, all that Lilo and Stitch has. Why would I care? Watch Darling in the Franxx? I think I have heard of that. Is that a newer show? I have not seen it. Alright, let's see how this looks when it's really tiny. Oh, I can see the top left. Looking cute. Looks emoji-like. Here, I'll zoom out for you guys to see it that way. If it's really small. Definitely looks like a turtle crushing her skull. We're off to a good start. Don't watch Darling in the Franxx. It's disappointment all around. Your passion and your caps, I can't ignore. Yeah, what show really upset me? Bee and Puppy Cat really ticked me off. That was a show that really bummed me out. I know it's getting a series on Netflix, I think, now, so maybe it'll actually be good, but I was really frustrated with that one. Is this pick an emote? It is an emote. Yes, it is for my friend's Twitch channel. She now has enough, I guess, subs or however it works to have some emotes. And so she loves turtles, she loves sunflowers, she loves strawberries. So she's getting like a bunch of emotes that represent these things. Super cute. And I am remembering how turtles look while I do this. We're kind of going with how Pokemon does turtles on top of how real turtles look. Discourse in the Darling. I know, I'm just sitting here like, I don't even know what the heck this is, but you know, this is fun to watch. Do I watch Gintama? I do not. I actually don't even remember what that looks like. Oh, I have a controversial one for you guys. Ready for this? What's that show called? The Girls That Fight with Scissors. I didn't like that anime. I got super bored. That's my controversial take for the day. Please don't hate me. I didn't finish it. So, you know, maybe I'm missing out. But I don't remember what part. Kill la Kill, that's the one. I just couldn't get into it. I was like, this is like, I think the art style's cute. I don't know. It wasn't funny for me. This wasn't my thing. Tokyo Ghoul, I did not watch either. I actually haven't watched new anime in a really long time. I think the last newish anime I watched was Boku no Hero Academia, and I stopped watching it maybe a little over a year ago when Deku ended up in the hospital after fighting, I don't remember his name. He was like the kind of red guy with the teeth in the alleyways of the city. I think that's after that was the fight that got him in the hospital. It just got to the point where the show was, as it was updating, it was too much of like every episode ending on a cliffhanger, and me and my very bad memory did not enjoy that or appreciate that, because I hate when I start up a show the next week and it's in the middle of something I don't quite remember what happened last time, and then it ends again in a way that isn't satisfying every weekend. So I was like, yeah, this show's gonna be on the back burner for a really long time. Plus, I also don't like anime that have a bunch of characters that I very much enjoy and it focuses solely on the main character. And like it just feels like all of the friends just become supporting casts in a way that's like less about their own ambitions and more about the main characters. I was actually really surprised that the show kind of turned into that, because even though I love Deku, I feel like all the characters had really good stories of their own, and it was like straying away from them too much. So, which is shocking that I can compare that to Naruto, and Naruto didn't have that problem too much. Naruto's characters all had their own stories, so I don't know. Stain, that was his name. I was gonna say, I thought it started with an S. My favorite character, oh my gosh, let me think. Is it cliche me to say Todoroki? Because I really did enjoy him as a character. Like, I think his story and his personality from his story being so like sad was really nice. All Might's obviously a given for a best character. He's just wonderful. I hated the little dude with the purple grape hair so much. I know he's designed to be hated, but I really hated him. And Momo's a good character too. I think she's in there just like a simple character. It's been a really long time. Minetta the grape. Oh, I'm not sad. No shame. Cannot stand that character. See, I think Naruto's story, especially with like the whole village not liking him off the bat, and he ended up just kind of slowly making friends as he went. I don't know. I feel like most of the fights that he is in, he's on his own, or with like one other person with him, or two other people with him. And for the most part, everyone's just kind of doing their own thing and just surviving the best way they can until the end. But Sasuke's story is way more interesting than Naruto's, and he does the whole thing on his own, while Naruto tries to figure out where he went. So I guess that's why I like Naruto's story over Boku no Heroes, to that extent at least. I think both shows and both series aren't really good at writing girl characters too much, but Boku no Heroes is better when it comes to female characters. Oh, here's a tip on coloring, like anything. Skin is a good example for it, but anything. Instead of going like dark, because I'm shading the sides of her face to kind of give her that like contour a little bit. I'm looking at the very top left of my screen, by the way, to see how it looks when it's really small. Instead of going down here for like a darker color to make it like shaded in like that, I think it's better to go with a far more saturated color, because she's got very pale skin, as the darker tone, because it does the same job of making it dark without like muddying it up, without like making it look like charcoaly or something. Like it does the exact same effect you want without it being muted, I guess is the best way to put it. Washed out. See, when I think about art tips, I'll throw them out, but for the most part, I'm just working. Hi, Sean. You haven't missed much. We're just talking about anime, and I'm still working on the same emoji I started with because I'm slow. because I'm talking. Is that a movie? I think I know what you're talking about. And if it's the one I remember, I stopped watching the movie when Naruto used Rasengan without a clone because it made me mad. And so I stopped watching. Maybe that's the one. Oh, wait, no, that's the one in the snow. I think that's a different one. Like, it's like an earlier one. I like the super corny movie, Naruto movie, Naruto and Sakura end up in a parallel universe. This is a real movie where everybody's personalities are completely different of their actual ones. And Sasuke is like this, like, himbo, flirty, like, man around town kind of one. And Hinata is this super, like, mean bully girl who, like, dresses like a badass and wants to beat up everybody. It's so good. Like, it's such a stupid, funny, like, movie. I love it. Sakura was... I did not watch One Piece, no, and I probably will never watch One Piece. Nothing against it. I think it's awesome, and I'm happy for everyone who loves it. It's just, I'm not into shows that last that long. And I know I like Naruto, but, you know, I stuck with that one from the beginning, so I had to finish it. And it did finish at a point, so it made it a lot easier to finish it. Have I watched Troll Hunters? I have not. If it's on Netflix, I might have watched one episode, maybe? I don't remember. Sometimes I just throw a show on that, like, I know everyone likes and I'll be drawing, so I won't pay attention to it and I'll forget what I watched. So. Hi, Skippy. Oh yeah, when Naruto gets to meet his parents in that movie, though, super freaking sad. Like, it's such a corny, dumb, like concept for a movie, but then it also has, like, these really great emotional moments, and, like, their reasons for not wanting to be there anymore are also really good. It's definitely, like, a fan movie, and it's so good for that reason. I have not... Wait, I did watch Soul Eater a really, really long time ago, but I don't think I ever finished it. It was cute, though. Well, from what I remember. I did like it. We are talking about shows we grew up with, and mostly anime. I was gonna switch to cartoons again to talk about Steven Universe, because that was a show that I was very dedicated to at one time, and it made me very upset. I don't think it was the show's creators that made me upset, but the way Cartoon Network decided to give airtime to the show, because they just had, what, like a couple of years where they had 1 or 2 episodes that entire year, and I was so frustrated with that I stopped watching. But I also hated that when they finally end up going inside of, what was it? I want to say, like, in the nursery or whatever, the kindergarten in the middle of the earth or something, which was, like, a huge point, like a big, like, a pinnacle moment of the arc. It was such, like, a throwaway episode, like it was nothing, and it just started up the next arc, that I was like, all right, now I'm ticked, and so I just stopped watching the show. I was so mad. I hate that so much. Like, build me up on this for so long. It's why I can't watch Attack on Titan, because you know, the first season is what's in the basement. He has the key to the basement, and I got through 2 seasons of what's in the basement, and it definitely was not. That was no longer the story after 2 seasons. So I was like, no, I'm not watching this anymore either. If you make me feel like you don't know how to write a show, I'm gonna be mad. Or you give up on ideas. Because that just makes me worried about the rest of the show. Hey, Alley Cat. Base stars or bow stars. What is that show? I know what it looks like, I think. I'm really behind on shows right now. Like, I can tell you the last show I watched was The Mandalorian. And I watched it like maybe 2 months after it aired or 3 months after it aired. I haven't even watched the new ones yet. I usually wait for a show to completely come out before I watch it. I've been let down too many times. Okay, Mob Psycho 100, absolutely killer. I have to watch second season. I have not watched it. Loved the first season so much. One of the best anime you could ever watch. I would totally understand if the art style isn't for you. I totally get that because some people are super picky about, you know, a show having like a really superb, beautiful art style. But I love it. And I think it's got the most lovable characters of an anime you're ever gonna see. My real name is Liz, but you guys can call me Momo or Liz. I don't mind. I've had Momodiri as my screen name since I was 12, so I'm okay with either one. Drawing person, what be thy name? Hello. Have I watched a Jungle Book? Shonen Mowgli? There's a Jungle Book anime? I have never seen that, but I will absolutely look into that. That sounds interesting. Blood Sea? I don't know. Is that the one with the little cells of people? Like the white blood cells? Because it looked really cute, but the hype for it kind of died pretty fast, so I don't know if it's something that you know, I'll probably like it for what it is. Unless you meant Blood Plus, I did watch that. And Parasite, I did watch that and I loved it. What is Blood Sea? Is that the one I'm talking about? With the white blood cell people? Okay, definitely not. The way you guys are describing it, I don't think it's what I'm thinking it is. Cells at work. That's the one. Not cute at all. I was about to say, okay, I don't think that the people who watched that were super into a gore thing. No, I have not seen it, but I'll check it out. I don't mind more gory anime. As long as the story's like fun, which a lot of anime tend to have really good stories. Bakugo versus Kirishima. Well, I mean, I love Kirishima, so he would win purely based on the fact that I love him. Don't tell me that. I do like Clamp World. Does Clamp even exist anymore as a company still? You know, I forgot how old a pup named Scooby-Doo was. Because, like, I thought that show came out when I was, like, I don't know, maybe 12. Like, looking back at my memory, it's like, yeah, that show came out when I was 12, which would have been, like, you know, 17 years ago. But no, it came out when I was very little. It's a very old show. Can we talk about that really cute turtle? We can when he looks cuter, because right now he's looking a little messy. I also think I want to make his back and legs a little smaller, but I don't know, I kind of like him big. He's gotta stay big. Otherwise, he won't be recognizable as an emoji. But I was thinking about making the overall shape of his shell like just a circle and less of like a long shell. And you can't go wrong with Kirby soulless eyes. Actually, that's more like Ness if they have no whites to them. What color was the snake body the Lamia girl that I liked? She was like a rattlesnake, I think. So she was like browns and stuff. I think. I don't remember. It's very long ago. My whole life has been anime. Same. I had that weeaboo room when I was a teenager. Looking back. Oh no. Are you gonna do a special yellow one for the one they found that was completely yellow and pretty? Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Well, she needs her sub badges, and so I am doing like, so think like Bulbasaur. I know he's a frog, but imagine if he was a turtle. Instead of the bulb on his back, it would be like there's a strawberry one, a sunflower one, and then we were gonna do like a little like monocle top hat one. Obviously it's so freaking small, like a little tuxedo, but maybe I'll do like a shiny gold turtle instead for that one. But see, at the same time, that's yellow like the sunflower one, so I don't know. I'll throw the idea her way because I think we're still kind of deciding on a few. We were gonna have, oh wait, we're also gonna have like just a basic green one too. The thing about emojis is they sometimes look really weird up close because they have to look really good from far away. So sometimes you gotta like make choices with like the way you line stuff. Like you have to do a really bright color like this next to the dark line art to make it pop more, because it tends to look kind of blurry when it's small if you don't do that. Emojis are hard. There's a lot to them. I have a turtle question. Oh, you're talking to the right person. I know nothing about turtles. If sea turtles are portrayed as surfer dudes like Crush on Finding Nemo and tortoises as wise masters of like Oogway and Kung Fu Panda, how would a snapping turtle be portrayed? Oh my gosh. Let me think. Like a biker dude. Like a delinquent, 'cause that's my favorite. Ooh, sassy! I like that too. Yeah, drag queens. Implying drag queens aren't just full of love with pretend sass. Hi, Ren, and hi, Bata. Yeah, there is a stream. I told you I was going to stream this month. We're halfway through the month, and I'm just now streaming. This happens every time. But I was doing emojis, so I was like, you know what? This is some pretty relaxing work. Pretty not easy, but, you know, easier to talk on the side. Class president between Jiri and Mina. Is Jiri the one with the ear things? Because Mina's the alien girl. And because I love her, she would win. Yes, we do stand that. As a tall woman, I completely agree. Getting an imagery at 1818. Oh my gosh. You have no idea. But I've done this enough now where I know what works and I know what doesn't work. At least for the most part. You know, there's still learning to be had. The hard part, the hardest part about emojis are the customers. The ones that like absolutely know what they want. And I don't have the heart to tell them they can't do that because it won't look good. Because I want to make them happy. But sometimes there's ones that are good to compromise with. Or I'll show them like 2 variations of drawing, the one they want, and then shrink it down, and I'll be like, you can't really see what you wanted. And then my version of it, which may or may not look anything like what they wanted, but it kind of gets the same feeling across. How does that look? Oh, it needs a little bit more. The super long ears. Is that how I'm thinking of then? The one with the cable ears? Like she has like the I'm gonna call her like an amp. Like she's like got little radio ears. I don't remember what it's called. I am 6'2", yeah. Or like just under it by like a hair. Headphone girl. Yes. I couldn't remember quite what it was. Hi, Ro! So my emoji is one of my characters who has tattoos that have to be in the emoji. No, I don't think it will. Your character is getting scribble tattoos. That's one of those times where it's like, you just kind of bubble in the shapes if it's important to it. Like, I mean, obviously if they have like their arms in the air and their character's recognizable with tattoos, then yeah, you want to have like something there that looks like tattoos, but no. You're getting my Monet tattoos instead. Has Ro been here a while and I just said hi to her now? I'm so sorry. I didn't see it. There's been a lot of chatter. I have one eye on the left and one eye on the right. This is looking all right. I think I want to like have her hair come out more though. That looks better. My current art inspirations. Oh my gosh. Let me think about that for a second. It's super corny to say, but because I've been playing so much Destiny, I really have to say Destiny. But like, the color choice they do in that game and the style is just so creative. Like, the art's beautiful. I love crystals and space magic and, you know, retro astronaut stuff and weird witchcraft things. Like, It's all there. It's all in one game, and I love it for that. But otherwise, my other corny response is the KDA album, because it's really good. And I remember like a month or two ago when they released the last song, I was like, wow, I'd give anything for them to put out a whole album. And then they did. I'm noticing you. I'm noticing you all. Lana said, I've always wondered how to make emojis myself. They're usually too small or too big. You gotta work big and then imagine it small. But you don't have to imagine it when you have the thumbnail at the top left, like I do up there. Because it's helping a lot. And you really, like, if you want to do it, you gotta start now. And if I move my mic, I'm so sorry if it's loud. I know it can be, even if it makes no sound to me. Because you have to, like, get comfortable with the trial and errors of it, because there's a lot. And it's also like, this is so different from how I normally work and like how I think when I paint, that I had to like learn how to do this in a way that worked with the way I work, I guess. How do you make emojis? Mine are usually too small, too big when I make them. I work at like 100 by 100 pixels. It's got to be a square, obviously. So work in that, and then kind of rough out. Oh my gosh, that looks so weird. Hold on. The shape that you want. So like if you know like the expression or whatever, it all has to fit in the square, and it has to be super noticeable, really small. So think the face is the most important part. It's got to be a really big face so that you can see the expression on it. And if you have the hands incorporated, the hands have to just be clear. So it's going to be very chibified, like chibi-like, and, you know, with as little extra detail that makes it difficult to see as possible. So I designed this one character for my boyfriend that is like a little wraith, and he is all dark colors. Like, he is all like dark blue and black, basically. And that is obviously a nightmare character design to work with when it comes to muddying up expressions and everything, because he's already like all like as dark as it can be. But I gave him an expression like eyes, and mostly just his eyes, and they're like neon colored. So they're like usually like a neon purple or pink or blue or yellow, and I'll change the color for them based on his emotion. But like that against the black works great. And he's got kind of a tattered robe design to him, but that helps me give him almost like a raggedy doll arms to work with. I don't know. So it's a lot easier for me to morph the way his body looks for the emotions. This is a very bad description. I'm so sorry. But yeah, face is the most important thing. So focus on that. Make sure that fits completely in the square as much as you want it to, as much as you can, realistically and comfortably. And then you can figure out where to put the hands if you want them in the frame afterwards. And honestly, work from ones that already exist. Like if you see a streamer or someone who has like a bunch of them and they all like are from a couple of different artists or something, or one artist, like see how they do it. And like there's no problem with replicating to like understand how to learn, like how to do it, like what works for you. Just, you know, if you're copying somebody's thing, don't post it and call your own. Just use it for practice and like understanding how to learn it. How did I make a cat emoji? I don't know. Are you on your phone? I don't even know. Oh, there are emojis on here. I can do emojis on here too. Custom emoji. Oh, it is just the regular emojis. Cute. What is this? What is this? What is that? I can't see. Maybe you typed this? You did. You typed the meow face. You typed :3 and it did a cat face immediately. We're learning. Wait, I asked a question that I missed earlier. Momo, if If no, say no. I don't know what you're asking off. Hi, GGR. That's weird. It works for me when I did it. What color's my toothbrush? It's pink. I like pink. But it's specifically a pink that's closer to red than purple because I like my salmon Kirby pink. I don't remember what color her eyes are. They're just gonna be this kind of periwinkle until I find out later. But it looks cute. Alright, turtle time. Let's make them look good. This one might actually be the purpley pink for his cheeks. He blushes. Okay, that's okay. If you say no, so if yes, say yes. If it is nothing, say nothing. Simple. It is nothing. Did you ever go to art school? I did not go to art school, but I did take art courses at junior college. And thank you so much. And I won't say that I'm 100% self-taught. I definitely learned a lot in college when it came to the art classes I took. They helped guide the way I learned so that I was able to teach myself better afterwards. Does that make sense? I ask myself that a lot. They helped me understand how to discipline myself after I learned a lot from them. Where do I get references? I go to Reddit to get references all the time. I follow so many photograph subreddits. So many. From like nature ones, animal ones, tons of like models that pose pictures or photographers posting pictures of models all the time. Best resource ever. Junior college. I'm so sorry. Community college. I'm so sorry. I don't know if that's called junior college in other places. I'm from California. It's just not university. So a lot of people will go there because it's cheap to get their like AA or like their early education certificates. And then they'll transfer to a 4-year and then spend, you know, ludicrous thousands of dollars on that. But I only did community college. I also just never really had an interest in going to like a 4-year. Back when I was like, I want to do art for video games, like big companies or whatever. I had those ideas for like going to a bigger school specifically for that, but when I was in college, it didn't take long for me to realize I'd much rather do freelance and then maybe work, and then after that, that's when indie games started getting a lot bigger, and I would much rather work with like indie designers for anything. I love indie stuff. I would love to do indie game art, or not even just for video games, but like tabletop or anything like that too. I did some art for an indie game that is now really doing well. It's called Unfortunate Spaceman. I did some sprays for the game. And it's really fun, and you should totally check it out if you like Among Us. It's similar to that, but they use, it's like a first-person shooter. One of the biggest mind blows to me is high school was just periwinkle, just a shade of blue. Well, I mean, I'm pushing up my metaphorical glasses to talk about color theory. Periwinkle is like that kind of violet blue that is very light and very saturated. That's it. Violets and blue are such a very weird part right here because they don't exist. Like this part of violet and blue doesn't like exist in real life. Our brain just makes this color zone because it doesn't exist. So our brain tries to make up for the fact that it cannot register the actual colors that are there. And so it just created those colors for us in our brain. It is just a blurple, but like a light blurple. TV needs to normalize characters that go to community college. Agreed. Characters that have a part-time job and then go to community college and they have no time for anything enjoyable anymore. I think they try to make it like relatable as getting a scholarship. And that's how the kids in shows go to college half the time. It is. You are absolutely able to self-teach yourself anything nowadays. Like, absolutely anything. There's so much free and or inexpensive options online to learn so much. It's just all about, you know, disciplining yourself to do it. YouTube being one of the best things for it. 100%. Magenta is like a very hot pink that's slightly closer to... It's right in the middle. I would say it's right in the middle of the pink and red. Blue and red zone of pink. I am also blocking out work time for Cyberpunk. When Fallout 4 came out 5 years ago, goodness gracious, I played the game for 3 days straight. I did not do anything. I barely slept. I remember like it would be like 6 in the morning and I would just finish a big quest line and I would go to get McDonald's and then come back and keep playing. So that's gonna be me for Cyberpunk. The best place to see for my commission slots, and hi Chrome, friend, is probably my Twitter. Honestly, I'm the best at like mentioning on there. So I'll say like when I'll be open again exactly, but I have a new way of doing it like I do every time. And it's gonna be a lottery style because I cannot do ones where I pick, and I can't do ones that's first come first serve. So lottery seems like the best way to make everybody happy at this point. That doesn't get on. I found a website that is kind of like a raffle website, so it's intended for like entering as a raffle. And I think the best way I could do it without, you know, making you guys do too much, it was just viewing my YouTube or something like that. Like you just have to look at my YouTube. You don't even have to subscribe to it. Like that was one of the options, which was weird. Like one of the free options for me to use. And I would just have people do that, and then they could enter, and then it would draw the raffle for me. So I'm either going to use that website, or if I can find one that's better, I'll post a whole thing about it and make it easier. And I'll announce it, not just there, but also like on my Instagram and here in DeviantArt, so that it's, you know, everyone knows what's going on. I do need to get like an email thing going, because I think that's probably the best way to do it, so that people who don't, you know, tend to look at social media all the time can still keep up to date on stuff. But because I've been really enjoying doing sales on top of my regular commission stuff. And I think notifying people via email seems like the best way to do it. You can get a scholarship from community college, and it looks better on your college form, and you actually get to jump into your major. Absolutely true. And getting recommendations from community college professors, because I went to a really nice community college, like it was recognized across the country, which is bizarre. But like they had really like a nice culinary program, like a really big famous one. And I think the fashion department was also really well known. But if you went to like, you know, a community college and you had plenty of professors there that recommended you to a 4-year, you're probably going to get better like treatment, like one-on-one treatment with certain people there, like already being like notarized, I guess, to a degree. But I didn't go to 4-year, so I can't personally confirm that. Oh, okay. Well, good night, Ad. Don't think about Darling and the Franks too much. I promise you might even like it, even if no one else does. Sleep well, though. Gleamy Arts, did you get one of the new consoles? I'm not a console gamer, but I figure if, you know, sometimes people go without over the computer if the computer's too expensive. There's also Google's new thing for gaming, which is pretty cool. It doesn't have a whole lot of games on it right now, but it's like way more portable and like I think it's a cheaper option than consoles as well. Cyberpunk will consume all of us. I'm so excited. How am I gonna do this? Wait, I don't like that. Let's do this way instead. That's cuter. Hey, a lot of things are coming out on the Switch nowadays too. I think a lot of stores are not going to do Black Friday, which would be smart. But I feel like Cyber Monday will be the whole week, and I think it's going to be a really good one because this is definitely the year that places needed to cheapen up a lot. So, is it next week already? Or no, the week after next week. Should be pretty interesting. I'm surprised there hasn't been a lot of talk about it already. Does that look weird? No, it's okay. Well, good luck at your presentations, Ahmad. Thank you for coming by. And thank you. I hope she likes them. And good night, Tal. Thanks you for coming by as well. I'm just seeing like the last goodbye messages. I'm so sorry. I still don't know how like recommendations work on YouTube for people, but this is neat and exciting. Hello, you're back. You cannot sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, go to sleep. Then again, that's been me the last couple nights too. I ended up staying up and watching what do I end up watching? I've been watching a lot of like massage videos or like weird like what's the that sounds so strange. Like weird like cultural like head and full body massages or like weird cupping things they do like in Thailand or something like just totally bizarre like videos on YouTube of like cultural experiences you can have in like Thailand or Singapore or Taiwan or Vietnam. They're just really interesting, and they're super freaking relaxing to watch. I watched a woman shave this guy's face, like his beard and neck and everything, but then she like with the straight razor shaved like his whole face too. It looked so relaxing. And I put cucumbers all over his face and everything. What am I gonna do with this? Shine? No, it's too much. That's better. I've mentioned it a few times, but like, you know, not the words, because I think YouTube listens to those words being used. But hey, I'm glad I could help you forget it for a moment. Yeah, UK kids need to sleep. Goodness gracious. It's like 7 for me. Oh my gosh. Where does the time go? Hey, he could be cuter, so let's get him more distracting. I think I need to like raise up his back more. Oops. I'm starting to think I should pull in this side, which is gonna get all messy and I'll have to fix it, but it's okay. $4 a.m. I've been trying to go to bed earlier, so I've been like forcing myself to wake up at like 6:37 in the morning. But then I still stay up until 2 in the morning. That's just my hours, man. My productivity has completely turned into the evening. See though, this front leg looks kind of weird, like up close. Up in the top left where I keep glancing up to look at the emoji at the a more proper size. It looks really good. Like it looks like it's 3-dimensionally kind of poking out a little bit. See, I think I'm both. Like I like the morning and I like night. But I feel like all the exciting stuff happens at night, so I like night for that reason. make his shell like more yellowy toned, more mustard. It is almost done. Yeah, at this point, I think I'm just adding like the details to the shell while like looking to see how it looks on the version of the top left to see like what looks good. And it's pretty tough because I want it to look like segments of the shell that have like a little bit of light on them without being too much. But this big heart I made, I think, is making it harder. This doesn't look too bad. Looking cute. Let's throw a little bit of periwinkle wash over the whole thing. Whoa, that's bad. Wow, wrong. Let's add a bit of red wash to the whole thing. Maybe more orangey. Oh, that looks better. Oh, that's cute, yeah. Yeah. The only downside I have is I'll critique myself, which is a good learning tool for you guys as well. I did this a lot. This is my biggest problem. So when I'm designing something, I'll flip it a lot to like make sure it looks alright both ways. And this isn't perfect both ways, but it's okay for now. And I'll adjust it a little later when I'm off stream so I can like hyper focus detail on things without chatter. But like this side of the drawing is just so like these lines, this, her hair, like the eye, it's all doing this exact same like movement, and it's super boring and uninteresting. Whereas this side has like, you know, like there's a lot more going on the whole thing. It keeps it more interesting. You wouldn't notice it right off the bat when you're looking at it from this side, but it's just a slightly weak composition. It's not the end of the world though. How I could fix this is like maybe tucking his foot in more or having his tail come up in the back. But if I have his tail come up in the back, I have to account for the square, so I'd probably just have it a little bit. Maybe move his leg that's on top of her head, like turn it downward. Like I could show you if I were to do that right now, actually. I would do like this instead, and then I would just fill in some red and then, you know, go over and clean up the little parts that are now all messy. But if I flip it, I already think this is a way better composition now on this side. Like, it just looks more interesting. And it looks less like I did the exact same shapes all on one side. But I'll think about that later. It is, and I did not take a class on that, but I get the idea. Yeah, I love adding like that tint, like the wash over things, because like not only does it unify the colors to look better, like a little more like they all go together, but it helps add a flair of some kind of a thing to it, a retro thing. Hey, you gotta. This is my this is gonna be on someone's Twitch where they go, this is who made my emojis, and the last thing I need is, you know, someone being like, yikes, that composition's really bad on that emoji. No, I'm just kidding. I want them to look good. I want them to look cute. But I also hate like that I do this. I hate that I do these stupid like lines like this. I do it all the time, and it's annoying. I annoy myself. But I also don't mind dealing with it until the picture's all done, and then making these kinds of adjustments afterwards, and then fixing it up. Because like they're not too bad. And they're just little things. But like an overall portrait or something, that stuff, you have to care about that stuff earlier on for it to all look good at the end. All right, what was the other one she wanted? An angry face? Angry crying. I'm probably not going to do the Ahego on stream just because I don't want to make something that's going to make anyone upset. But I'll do the angry and crying one. I'm thinking, why aren't you doing this and that? Face. Why did you betray me? Oh, it's been a meme for a while, yeah. Talk, please. I am talking. Hello. There are going to be 3 in total for her, but I think I'm only going to do these 2 with you guys, and then I'll fix them up and then do the last one off stream. Unless... No, not unless. I can show you guys the ones I made for my boyfriend, a couple of them, if you want to see. They're ones that I completely designed. He didn't get a say in it, but they look really good. Let's see if I can find them. Oh, I also did this cat one. This one I love so much. Oh my gosh, please drag over. Uh-oh, don't freeze. There we go. I did this cat one. Let me give it a background color. Oops, it doesn't have background color. Well, this white back here would be cut out. Cut. Love that one. I did this other cat one. Done a lot of cats. Alright, well, good night. I hope you can sleep. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Okay. I'll show you guys a couple of them. There's his normal look, so you kind of know what he looks like, is this. See the little wraith? And then, you're gonna call asleep? Call? Then there's the heart one. Cute. This one's one of my favorites. The sad one. It hurts my heart. It is. And there's the chef kiss. See, and this is one of the ones where I just looked at the chef kiss that already exists, and I just, you know, replicated the way it's posed, but it's still all mine. And then this is one of my favorites, the soda sippy one. I know, I love chef kiss. I use it all the time, so I needed to make one for it. And then my version of him being really angry is this. Good night, Ah. So those are just a couple of them. I have a bunch. Oops. No. Very fun to make. Was honestly like... Oh, wait. One more. The please, because please is important too. That's it. Really good, for practice. Just to kind of know how things work. Obviously, difficult and different from these normal ones because he is a all gray, blue, black little thing, blob with neon colored eyes. But it helped to like, I guess know a simp drawing. It helped to know how much body I can put on an emote for it to still be a good emote, you know? I guess that's the way of putting it. Oh wait, I don't like that side now. That part's good. I'm thinking like just big, sad, slightly angry eyes, like frustrated with big, stupid tears. Watch Haikyuu, it's good, or Tokyo Ghoul. I will. I'll get to them all eventually. They're all bucket list things now, you know? And good night, I hope you sleep well. How do you do a mouth like this? It's like kind of, but maybe it's supposed to be like small and like this. Yeah, that looks better. With a big like under chin part, so it looks like she's looking up. I'm gonna have to do a version of these that's got glasses and no glasses, because I think she does have glasses, but she'll get to pick which one she wants to do, because I think she sometimes doesn't wear them. Pufferfish angry. Yes, that's exactly it. Ooh, I kind of like that. You can see the top part of the eye? Like she's like looking more forward, but her face is up. So she's like looking down at it. That's cute. I like that. I'm gonna have her hold a little controller. Just generic video game controller. Alright, come down here, Square. I need you. I don't know what I can get away with. Make her a little bit taller. Have I watched Zatch Bell? That is so old. I did not watch it enough to like know the story or anything like that, but I do remember it. It was a little puppet thing. I did watch like maybe an episode or two occasionally or something. That was also back when I watched like Tenchi Muyo and stuff too, so I remember it during that time. I just didn't watch it that much. You followed my Tumblr page 100 years ago? It was that long ago. Oh, thank you for finding me again. That's so awesome. I died when Tumblr died. So, well, when my Tumblr died when Tumblr destroyed my my adult Tumblr. So, if you aren't gonna like that kind of art on there, then you know I had to go somewhere else. So I went to Twitter, which was great. I love Twitter. Twitter is literally all the parts I liked about Tumblr, but easier. The big purge. I'm just really glad that it kind of died too, because I really think that the community aspect of Tumblr was really crappy, and I hated the concept of anonymous messaging. I just think that's just really not a cool system, and it made people feel like, I don't know, very entitled and opinionated in not a healthy way. So I always had my anonymous messaging turned off, but it didn't stop people from just making other accounts to still message, you know, which was like, okay, like, this is weird. But Twitter is way more the art community that I love, and simple, concise. Thank you for subscribing. That too, super hard to keep track of that. I love it on Twitter so much more. I'm thinking about just making like a private, or not private, like a personal Twitter, so I can actually like, repost more, because like I like things on there to give them attention, because everyone can see each other's likes anyway, which is really cool. But at the same time, I'm thinking I might, this sounds exactly counterintuitive what I was just saying, but I think I'm gonna do TikTok, because I really think the art community on there is like the fast funness I like about Twitter and Instagram, and like what I would like to have with YouTube, so I can do like quickie little fun things on there, more personable, fun, goofy, sketchy doodles on there, and keep all the more well thought out, well made videos on YouTube. Does that make sense? I don't know. There's a lot I want to do. Yeah, that's my problem with the Instagram, is that like liking anything on there, you can get to your likes, but it's like not easy. You have to like go through 4 different pages just to get to it. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I was super opposed to TikTok for a really long time, because I was always like, that's just the fun place for kids to be kids. You know, whatever they want to do, whatever stupid mistakes they want to make in their life, I'm going to stay out of it. But, I mean, it's really gotten to a point where it's good for your business, so I don't know. Oh yeah, the privacy problems with TikTok are definitely my biggest weariness with it. But it's under so much scrutiny right now that it almost makes me less worried. Um, I'll look more into it before I like take the plunge. But at the same time, I'm just doing it for like my art videos, and I don't really think there's too much on my phone that they would have access to. So. Yay! Just made a Twitter. I'll follow you back. Message me later with it, or just message me on there with it. Oh yeah, I was never in the Vine thing either, but like seeing the videos people made and like how people got so famous for their creativity on there, it's just so cool. Like, I totally get it. Yeah, I can't judge the, the stupid decisions kids want to make these days because we all did stupid things in every generation. But I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing that TikTok's getting more and more like business savvy, I guess. When it's fine. Am I old? I'm old, don't worry. Hello, I'm Brazilian. I love your videos. Thank you. I always follow because I urge to draw on days that I am not in the mood. Oh, I totally get that. Like, I think watching other people draw really helps so much, like, stimulate you to draw. Which is what keeps me making videos, because half the time I'm like, no one wants to watch this. Like, but, then I watch them. So, what am I talking about? I forgot Snapchat existed. Oh my goodness. That's also a thing. I don't think it's... I think it's popular, but I don't think it's as popular as TikTok and Twitter. I kind of like her eyes looking sloppy. It makes it look cute. I think I want her mouth open though, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. It's like a Mission Impossible song. What is this? Make the anger sadness more apparent. It's so goofy looking already. Let me rotate the bottom part. Yeah, I think I want like a... But I want like a wobbly mouth at the same time. How am I able to like imagine this super simple thing, kind of, and then just not be able to make it? That's better. I think I got it with the corners of the mouth being that way. Maybe it's supposed to be here. I'm gonna like cut this mouth out and put on a different layer and then try a different one that I'm imagining. I kind of like that too. I kind of like it. It's got the handlebar mustache look. It's got the deep frown look. It'll be super noticeable as an emoji. I can already see it up there. I like it. I think I'm gonna go with this one. What does this one look like? No, that one's just not working for me. It's gotta be the handlebar mustache. Alright. She has a bow too. I'm gonna let it crop off in the back. Wait, maybe I can lower her and then it doesn't have to be so cropped. Cute. I like it. Let's crop out everything else. Nice. Sad pufferfish. Alright, let's line her up. Uh-oh, dead air. I'm not talking. I just realized that. I started thinking about pizza. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, I have like a broccoli basil pizza in the freezer. I know that sounds really Californian disgusting, but it's really good. I like the broccoli or like cauliflower crust pizzas because they taste kind of pickled. And I like that. I also have some like, because I'm really lazy because I just sit here and draw all the time. I have some like instant rice. I know I should get a rice cooker. I don't have one. Sue me. But I have some like instant rice that's really good. Just throw in the microwave for like 90 seconds and it's awesome. Totally fine. Totally edible. And I just throw some kimchi on that. And that also sounds really good. I think I want the pizza more though. I know, right? Like, I know a rice cooker isn't super long, but it's not 90 seconds fast. I want rice, and I want it now. The pizza's like 15 minutes, and even that. A whole pizza. 15 minutes? You kidding me? Oh, I used to say that one. I don't know if you have a Costco near you, but they have like just regular sticky rice in bowls, and it's so good. And you get like 8 of them in the pack for like, I don't know, $5, which is incredible. Like, that's such a good deal for instant rice because most of the time it's like maybe already $1 per pack. Those are some good starving artist secrets. The trade secrets of how I eat rice. Oh my gosh, Trader Joe's has mango sticky. Is it Trader Joe's? I don't remember. Some place has mango sticky rice rolls, and they're really good. Oh, now I'm hungry. Look what you've done. You had me a mango. You know what? Yeah, they're like rolls. They're like a dough, like a fried. So imagine like a fried roll thing, like an egg roll. But it's like a sweet sticky rice and mango inside with the fried dough around it, and they're just frozen. You just throw them on a little skillet with some like oil for a little bit and fry them up on each side till it's brown. So good. Sometimes I leave a little cold in the middle. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I think it tastes good. I haven't gotten sick. Don't judge me. Don't do that with pizza though, or anything that's like, you know, you should absolutely cook all the way through. Don't add me. It's fine. It's just mango and rice and sugar. True. So I'm gonna live it up. I want eggs in my raw cookie dough. You can't stop me. The eggs taste good. This song reminds me of Spyro the Dragon for some reason. Or Donkey Kong Country. Oh man, that was me when I was 25. And look how I turned out. Eating not fully cooked sticky mango rice rolls. True. You know what's worse is cooking a bunch of rice to like just sit in the fridge to warm up later. No. I like my instant rice packs because they're the perfect amount of rice I want to eat, and if I want to eat rice. No waste. Just a little bit of waste because they come in a plastic container that I have to recycle. And parts of it I can't. This is so good. She looks so upset. Oh my god, I've been a little guilty with some food waste recently though. Like I have my like, I'm gonna say like 5 to 10 things I love to eat that like I could eat all the time. And so I'll like, you know, switch it up every now and then and, you know, decide, you know, I'm not in the mood for this right now. So I'll eat these things for like a month and then I'll switch back to get these things again. But like, I sometimes I'm super into like avocado toast. I know I'm super Californian, but like I'll put salmon on top, like lox, bagels and lox. And so I'll get some from like Costco because you can get quite a bit for like way cheaper than you can get anywhere else. And I literally got some, had like a little bit of them, and I would usually eat the lox throughout the week so they would last and not go bad. I had them one time. I just wasn't in the mood the rest of the week. I felt so bad about it. I was like, this is the worst thing ever. I cannot do this again. Absolutely heartbreaking. My dogs liked it though. if they're supposed to eat it, but they were fine and they liked it. It's not really food waste if the dogs like it. Yeah, you know, it could have, but it wasn't a whole lot, and I had like a little bit throughout the week for them. So there was none on this one, thankfully. I mean, because they're smoked and they do have like salt in them, probably. But I totally get it. My panic excuses, but. You know what's really gross though? Is lox with rice and kimchi. I thought it would be no different than having like, you know, a rice bowl with some cooked salmon on it. No, it is not the same thing. It was disgusting. Do not recommend at all. Bunch of people buying a bunch of meat and veggies to cook. I know, but that's like super sweet. No, it wasn't fried rice kimchi, but I could do that. I've been wanting to do the kimchi with the rice. I've had fried rice kimchi with Spam in it before. But and then they would just do like a fried egg on top, and I could totally do that. I'm not a big Spam person though, but I know I just had up the bowl of the rice that I usually, you know, the throw together one. I put some kimchi on top, and then I was like, I'm gonna add some of the lox to it, the smoked salmon, thinking it would be good, and it was not. It just, those flavors do not go together at all. Smoked salmon is not the same as raw or cooked salmon at all. And everyone probably do this but me. It's happening. The colors are throwing on. This one's gonna be cute. Hey, Tall, welcome back. Are you already awake or you just can't sleep like everyone else in here? Second only. Hold the phone. I don't think I've ever used Clip Studio Paint, so I can't even judge. One day I'll use it, and then I'll be like, wow, this actually is better than Sai. And I'll never admit it. I'm dying on this bridge. Aww. You're a good pupper owner. See, you say that, but the hecky? Why is this doing this? Oh my god. Well, now I'm dedicated to using this stupid soft red I put over it. Dang it. I was like, why does this look weird? Alright, lost my train of thought. How bulky it is? Like it takes up too much memory on your computer? It wasn't the wrong layer. I had the square that I was using to like measure, which I just realized I got rid of. It's okay, I'll fix it. On top, and it was like a soft color, and so like all the colors I had picked were like based around that color, and it looked really good. So I couldn't get rid of it. I had to keep it and meld it in. It's heavy program when you use it. You know, I'll give it a shot. I've used Fire Alpaca, and to me it was like, I think it's good for what it is as well. I just didn't think it was anything fancy. I just like, I just have to know how colors like blend in a program, and then I'll be happy with it. Cause I can draw with anything, I don't care. I really like Procreate too on the iPad. It's just that, why the heck would I want to sit around on my iPad and draw when I could do this? But I'm down to try other ones, especially when like it gets to the point where sometimes I get a little frustrated with size, like little limitations that it has. So if Clip Studio makes up for the limitations I have with Sai, I will use both. Yeah, exactly. It's less of the brushes and more how like the program registers color, I guess is the best way to put it. Like how it manipulates color between them. Because Photoshop I think is capable of doing what Sai does. It's just that there's so many little like programming like things to it to like get the brush settings right that I just don't have the patience to learn how to do that. And the only other one I've used was Corel Painter, which is ludicrously expensive. I use it in college, and that one definitely has really interesting blending because it tries to replicate real life mediums, which is cool, but I think that's kind of pointless when you're like, you don't care about that. So, I'll try out Clip Studio though, because I know people love it. And it has really nice line work too. I don't like the line work in Photoshop at all. I think it's garbo. Yeah, Photoshop is made for photo editing. You can paint in it, like, fine, but it's just not designed for that. Interesting. Okay, so if Clip Studio just has more to it than Sai, that sounds interesting to check out. Because, like, Sai looks, like, overwhelming at first just because it's so different of a UI compared to Photoshop. But, I think it's super simple and straightforward. Oops. I don't know how that looks in the small form. I'll have to fix that as I'm painting. But painting artists like it for how it blends. The watercolor is good, but I don't know the oil. Watercolor is just one of those things where like, it's always like, it's never actually going to be watercolor, obviously. But it's one of those things where like, if you can replicate the way watercolor kind of looks, like easy enough, people like that. And like you can do that in Sai as well. It's just the way the brush settings are too. But there's definitely like better ways to do it in certain programs. Like the texturing in Photoshop I think does probably the best job for that. But if Clip Studio has good texturing, that's the problem with Sai, is that it doesn't have a lot of textures, and I don't know how to add more textures to the program to look good, because Photoshop does it so much better. Hi Josh, welcome back. That's what it was called, Manga Studio, before. And I think I used it when it was Manga Studio a super long time ago. I only used like a little bit. I don't remember it though. And it was And it was used for manga. Like it actually had like all the things in it for that, right? And me being like, I don't know, 18 or something at the time, or 16 even, I just don't remember it, and it was awful for me to use. Oops, I didn't want to do that yet. Wait, I did want to do that, yeah. Ooh, you could do gifts? Okay, now I need to get it. And it's free? Or free for a month? What is it? How much is it normally if it's not free completely? Because I use Photoshop for all my gifts, and now I don't have Photoshop anymore, so it's like I'm kind of lost. I know there's other programs to animate with, but I haven't looked into it too much. But if it's just one other program I can get to also paint in, I would love that. $25? Pfft, easy. Size 50, so. Dope. I will try it out. Like a whole, I almost said flash animation. Carbon dating myself again. Okay, I'll try it out for the month. We'll probably have a sale during the Cyber Week. If it's normally under $100, I don't mind. That sounds awesome. And supporting anyone that does, you know, really nice art programs that offer that much is dope. Like honestly, after using Procreate so much, I could totally recommend it to people that like are just getting new into digital art and they don't know what tablet to get. They don't, you know, they don't know what programs to get. It's like I've used Procreate maybe a handful of times now, and I will straight up tell anybody, just get an iPad and get Procreate. It is cheap. It's like, I mean, cheap as in relatively speaking compared to buying, you know, a tablet or, you know, a good tablet and a computer and a program or whatever. Cheaper than most things. And portable. And if you don't like it, I mean, it's a lot easier to sell, and you also have an iPad, which is dope. So I don't know. It's so good. Oh my gosh, if I had an activation code for a program that I had when I was like 16, no, there's no way. I have an Audio Technica. It's an AT200? 205 USB? I love it. I got it recently. Just for this. I was using a headset and mic for years, and I still was for so long. I need to upgrade. Oop, that's not the right color. Let's go with this one. Heck yeah. Blueberry, learning that program on the iPad. I'm telling you, like, that is the best thing to recommend to people. It is so intuitive. It is such an easy program to learn. You just have to watch a couple of videos of people using all the tools and you'll know how to use all of them. Super easy. And you can make gorgeous stuff on there. Like, phenomenal. And I'm more blown away at the pressure sensitivity mechanics of that pencil than anything ever. Like, how did they do that? How did they make it so good? Oh my gosh, learning anything 3D? One day, in years, I will do that. But I'd rather just be friends with people who were 3D artists, and then we could do collab stuff instead. Oh, there's that one program or one channel on YouTube where he makes 3D renders of artists like portraits and stuff, like of characters, and it looks so cool. Oh my gosh, I do not have the time to learn Blender right now. Unless you talk to somebody else, then that person absolutely learn Blender. I think it is Polygon. That name is super familiar. He did a girl that kind of reminds me of Tank Girl almost. She had like bubblegummy, like pink hair, something. I don't remember. The only time I ever used 3D modeling, I tried out Mudbox a really long time ago. And it was fun. Like, it was fun to mess around in it, to figure out how to even do anything, but I am no sculptor. I used Mudbox specifically because I'm a huge Valve fangirl, and that was the program that they were using to model all their games and stuff. At a time. I don't know if they still are. Yeah, like, it was fine. What? Why would you drag another program like that? That's so funny. Why would you drag a program that's not an Adobe program, right? Autodesk, though? I don't know. I have not kept up with that kind of news. I miss Swag and YOLO. I hated them when they first came out, or when they were first popular. I hated hearing them. And then, like a boomer, I was like, I love saying them ironically, to the point where I no longer was saying them ironically, I just liked saying them. There was that one Vine of the guy who was like, Swag, YOLO, and he was just saying, I think he said something else that was like another popular word at the time. And it was so funny. I hate hearing poggers or pogs or pogchamp or like that. God, I can't stand it. It'll be like that for me. No, I don't think I'll ever say it ironically. I don't think I could. It just, no. It's such a kid thing. Like, it's cute when the kids say it, but no, just. If anybody over the age of 18 is saying it, no. That's totally me gatekeeping it, and I'm so sorry, but I'm also not sorry. No, I'll still love you, I promise. You'll just see me physically cringe with my face. I'll look like, What's his name? The old man from those like reference photos. The old man who's in the computer who looks like he wants to die inside. That's the face I make when the kids say poggers. I have made a PogChamp emote though for a Sea of Thieves tournament channel. And I'm dang proud of it. Let me get that one out because it looks good. Where is it? Where's my Sea of Thieves folder? There it is. This one. It's the splash tail from Sea of Thieves, but it's a pog tail now. Ridiculous. You know, I wanted to do that thing where I draw Sailor Moon in my style, but I don't know. Like, I think I would pick a different frame from the show, honestly. Like, it's just, I just sat there looking at it and went, nah, I can't do this. What did I do? I have done something before in my style. I think I did a Naruto, like, frame once, redrawing, but it's really old and I probably don't even have it on this computer. Sailor Venus is bae. I love her so much. Let's bring back old memes. Yeah, let's bring back the Numa Numa song. That song still slaps. Does the website I Can Has Cheeseburger still exist? You know what's really funny is that like that whole concept of animals like talking like that has evolved since then. Like now it's the doggo kind of chat, like the way dogs talk, from that one Shiba Inu that was really popular, or the corgi. I don't remember which one it was that made it popular. But that whole animal speak thing became like widespread and people do it on like GIFs of animals or videos of animals now. And it's just so cute. I did too recently. I totally still listen to it. I remember I was going over like old songs with a friend, like old DDR songs and stuff. Or like any of those clubbing songs from way back when I was like in my early teens and like the early 2000s. And I was like, man, the Numa Numa song's pretty good. Like, I remember just being like funny at the time, but it was actually good. That like kind of Eurobeat German music from the early 2000s. I know, I'm the oh my god. Puppo or Doggo. Like, I'll probably say it so infrequently now that I don't mind saying it, but I feel where you're coming from. Oops, I want to make her cheeks a little more red. Cause she mad. I feel like I'm applying makeup. There you go, darling. Is Yevon Polka Romanian? Is that what you're saying? Or is Numa Numa? I thought all these were Swedish. I'm a very uneducated American. Caramel dancing. That one's definitely Swedish. I miss caramel dancing too. That one is cute. I remember, like, I think I did listen to it again recently as well, and I was like, man, I bet this is gonna be really cringy. How did I like this? And I listened to it, like, yeah, you know, it's actually pretty cute still. Maybe I'm the cringy one. So though I want the line above her eye of the white between the iris black and the lashes black to be really thin, if it's too thin, you can't see it when it's really far away. So I gotta like make it bigger again. Christmas Numa Numa? How is it Christmas? Is it like just remixed with Jingle Bells or something? She's sad because she's playing Dragon Age, and she didn't have the proper interactions with one of the characters that she wanted to romance, and so he broke up with her and left. And she doesn't have a save file far enough back to fix this. True story. Oh my god, what is this song? This song reminds me of lyrics? Has there been a song with lyrics yet? Okay, it's definitely different than I originally thought. The opening made me think of Totally Spies. And now, I don't know what to think. I do not like the song. It's gotta go. Oh my god, that's bad. No offense. Not my thing. I have. I love Postmodern Jukebox. Okay. I thought this was like shuffled, but I guess it will just play the same band. Not my type of lyrics, guys. Come on. Am I at the end of the album? Alright, let's try I'm on Pretzel, by the way, which is like a Oh, did it crash? It's not doing anything. It's an app. Oh, it's working. Where you can just listen to streamer-friendly music. And they have a bunch of different genres. And I won't get copyright stricken for playing it. Which is dope. Hello, Michelle. Pretzel, yes. And it's spelled that way too. I feel like I still don't have enough white above that one eye. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be super hard to get right. My energy is starting to deplete. I require pizza. It did kind of turn gold-ish. He needed a different colored shell. The all green wasn't working for me. The Impractical Jokers. Let me look up what that is. I can draw anything. Unless it's weird. Oh, they're real life people. I could, yeah. I've drawn plenty of real life people. Well, I mean, it is gold. But I didn't think about it as gold until you guys started pointing it out. As weird as that sounds. Thank you. I'm trying to think of a way to make a video on how to talk about how to draw hair. I'm really bad at teaching. I'm good at teaching like little things or like going over like your own work to help you with your stuff. So this is good learning for me too to learn how to do this right. But hopefully I'll have some good tips that help you out if you guys are interested in learning how to do it. I like this song so far. She does look a little like Starfire. It's funny. Yes, that is the one where she melted the door with lasers and mirrors without just lasering the door. She also needed mirrors involved. Oh, good night, Chromium. I'll see you later. I did the curly hair thing like on stream. I remember that because I was showing you how I draw curly hair like at different lengths, and it like honestly I think that same like concept works for the way I'm gonna show people how to draw hair. But because I wanted to not just do like the starter part of it, because I'll keep it into segments where it's like the hard part is knowing how I want to approach these kinds of things, because it's like I want to do like all levels of skill. Like I want to be able to have a tutorial that's intermediate friendly and then like beginner friendly or whatever. And so I think if I just really keep it all in the same tutorial and like timestamp it, that would help. Where it's like this first part is good for everybody. Like it's a good starting point. And then as it progresses, it'll be like, so once you've done this part, this is what you start thinking about down the road, like as you start progressing and developing your hair and blah, blah, blah. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. I literally have no idea how like YouTube recommends channels to people, but like it's just really neat when you guys find me do like just the stream. I literally just streamed today thinking I really gotta, and I always forget to, and I'm glad you found me. Thank you. I really need to up my lip game though. I love drawing them, but I tend to draw a lot of similar ones, so I gotta like get some variety in there. It's not like lips really look too different though. Like it's really just, I guess, fullness is the difference. Shape isn't too varied between people. How do these lips look though, right? A nice big squiggly worm line. How many push-ups can I do? Well, I only do girly push-ups. Like, and it's on my knees because I have weak arms and a long body. So when I do enough girly ones, I'll advance to the better ones. But I can do like maybe 10 to 15 before I'm like, all right, like correctly, before I'm like, I gotta, you know, take a breather and then get back into it. But I can do 50 crunches. Dope, right? Easy peasy. I don't know if I like this one so much anymore. Let's brighten up the whites of her eyes. Josh, I said I can draw anything, but I have to see what they look like first to know for sure. Weak noodle arms, that's me. I've been trying to get better about it though. Like I have little like weights next to me that I'll use if I'm watching something, but I'm forgetful. I used to be way better about it, but you know, the year has made me not enjoying anything. Oh, I'm a swimmer and I love doing squats too. Like anything leg workout, I love so much. But I gotta be better about the arm game. What happened, Tal? Get back in it. And then when you meet up with those friends again, be like, do you remember when I was 8 and I could do 30 push-ups? Well, I can do 31 now. Oh my god, same. Actually, my hair like is naturally wavy curly. I cut it way too short when I was in my teens, and it grew out wavy and curly. It used to not be when I was a kid. But when I swim, the chlorine absolutely damages my hair. But man, does my hair look gorgeous. It's so like big, curly, mermaid, wavy. I love it. Looks good. Feels disgusting. One arm? Alright. Alright. I'm gonna start doing push-ups again tonight. And when I can do a single one-arm push-up, that's a goal. I used to do them all the time too. When I would like, I mean, they were so girly push-ups, but I would do them like when I'm playing video games with my friends. If I died, I would do like 5 of them, which is great because then it's like I was just getting like a nice workout in between gaming. But it's been a while. It's been literally just this whole year. Time to dust off the treadmill. Oh my god, I have so many little workout things. I just don't use them right now. Terrible. See, me admitting this to you guys though is really helping me embarrass myself into getting back into it. Oops. This is why I need one of those desks that you can like turn into a standing desk. So I can do squats while I draw. That sounds absolutely awful and not enjoyable at all. Accountable buddies, yes. Dude, my friends were telling me too, they're like, hey, whenever you think about it, just like hit me up with a drink water or like fix your posture or something. And I'm like, okay. And so I like at everyone, do this. They don't do it anymore. They don't appreciate it. You can only be an accountable buddy for so long.
Is everybody drinking water? Just want to make sure you're all properly hydrated.
I reminded myself of my posture just now. Trust me, I was very slouched focusing on this drawing. See, I had to check out the YouTube streaming stuff to see like if I can do little I can get a bot in here, I'm pretty sure. And I'll have a bot do a posture check for you guys too, and me. It is when you're tall. Everybody points it out to you. Oh, it's my tailbone always. I have like one of those cushy little like, not really orthopedic, kind of orthopedic, like pillows to sit on I got from Amazon. Totally recommend. But man, it's always my tailbone that hurts the most. And I'm really bad at taking breaks. Because I'm always like, I'm on a roll. I can do this. I can finish this and then like eat pizza and take a break later. And then like 7 hours go by and I haven't eaten or like gotten up to stretch or anything. I've gone to the bathroom and I'm dying. It's true. You only have the one spine. And I'm already destroying it. Alright, I'm like mostly happy with where this one's going so far. I think I need to lower her mouth because from really far away... I don't know, is it clear what it is from a distance? I almost feel like it isn't. I feel like it's really lost. Huh. Let me make the face part bigger. You lose like everything in the distance, like the... Alright. We fixed it. Surgery was successful. Now I just gotta make it look pretty again. See what I mean? Where things can look, they look really good up close, but they look freaking stupid when they're really tiny. They don't look anything like what you want. So you have to do these absolutely ridiculous proportions when they're small, or when they're larger, so that it looks good small. I did zoom out further, but I'm also looking at the very top left, and I'm mostly zooming out for you guys at this point. So this is about emoji size. It'd be ever so slightly smaller than this, but this is like also kind of blurry. It'll be a little more clean as an emoji, and when I clean it up more. But it definitely looks more like what I have in mind. I thicken up her eyebrows too, and probably make them a little more angry. Or like curved? Oh, curved is better. That's way better. She's got these like giant eyebrows now. Turtles! There are turtles. Okay, and the highlights need to be moved up too because they are kind of morphing with the eyebrow a little too much. See, this is the benefit of working on one layer, because I just don't give a damn, and I can move whatever, whenever, and not sweat it. Just don't sweat it. I'll make it look nice later. Okay, I think we're getting to a better part now. Dang it, and I was really looking forward to making pizza. This is looking better. It auto-saves, but thank you so much, Minnie. It auto-saves everything, which is also the best thing about Psy. Mad Men, yes. Superhero, I don't know so much. Or superhuman. Wait, I think I wanna... It saves my ass too. The only time it doesn't autosave though, and the only time I probably should be saving, is when it asks me if I would like to save, and I say no. Oops. I've done that a couple of times a long time ago. Just because I was super tired, going to bed, turning off my computer, forgot the side was still open, and force close it. But it's been a while since I've done that. I had a commission a really long time ago, back when, gosh, what was that game called? It was an MMO that was like space, kind of had a Jack and Daxter like art style to it, and Guild Wars. It was a little bit of both almost, and there were these rock people in it, and I was drawing one of them for a commission, and I was live streaming it and everything. It was a really, like, one of my biggest first commissions I ever did, like back when I was still starting out. I somehow lost that file. It was on Photoshop. And I was so upset because I had worked so hard on it and for so long. And thankfully, because I had streamed it, I had like some snippets of the stream where I could just like Frankenstein the picture back together from like screenshots of the stream. And then like after I was Frankenstein it back together, then paint on top of all of that to like, you know, make it look better. So there were definitely some like little parts that looked a little funky, but for the most part it looked pretty good. So the weird blessing of streaming at that time. That is not the first time I've done it either. After I did that one time, I did a couple of times from something. It was probably like pictures that I had like flattened down as one layer without saving like the sketch or something, and I like having the sketches sometimes for big pictures to look back and make sure I like captured all the little details I liked in the sketch, and so I went back to a stream or something and took the screenshots of it. Oh, thank you, Coursing. I don't really understand how the whole notification thing works. I guess if I were to post something that was like, you know, minorly controversial, I guess it wouldn't pop up in your normal feed, but who knows how YouTube works. But thank you so much.
Oh, good night, Josh. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, and good night, Coursing. I don't know if I said good night. I'm literally like dying here of a lack of energy. I'm probably gonna call it pretty soon just so I can go eat, and then work on these off stream to like get them all perfect. I'm just glad that we fixed this one because I think it's so cute, but man, it was not looking right. I will get some heckin' food. I'm just thinking I have to put it in the oven. So I have to like preheat the oven, put it in the oven, wait for it to cook, and then I can eat it. So it's like 20 minutes more. Ugh. I want food now. Wait till we live in a future where it's like faster than a microwave. Smart house just pops food out of the basement. I don't know what it would do. That's true. But until they actually have a nice streaming setup, when they can completely compete with Twitch, I'll stop complaining about them. I think a lot of that could also be from like how frequently people post as well. Like you should be seeing everything they post all the time. But I think people who post like between 2 and 6 times a month or something like that, you're more likely to see all of their stuff pop up in your feed. But people who post more than that, they might get like lost or something. I don't know how it works. I wish there was a way you could like toggle the way you want the algorithm to work with you, but we just don't live in a world like that. This is gonna need some more love when I have a full stomach. I think I need to get off and eat. I'm sorry to mess up in ways that's not good. Alright, well the turtle one turned out cute. So I'll send that to her. I'll send her what I have so far and then the one I'm working on, because maybe she doesn't even like it. I'll have to start over, which is fine. But yeah, this was super fun. Thank you for coming by. I will probably stream throughout a lot of next week because I don't have anything else I'm doing. It was nice talking to you too, and like it was a lot of fun. I liked all the questions and everything, and hopefully I'll be more alive. I'll have coffee and be up earlier next time, so all these UK people don't have to go to bed in the middle of it. Thanks for coming by, guys. I will see you soon. Take care too. Bye, guys.